Radio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to INCRadio San Francisco. I will be your host tonight. My name is Sister Danielle, and today our topic will be about motivational leadership. I am joined today by the beautiful sister. Can you please introduce
Sister,
yourself?
yes, Sister Angela Reed.
Hi, Sister Angela. Thank you so much for joining us today. And for the live chat, thank you all so much for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get started with such a great topic for this evening. Before we move on, Sister Angie, do you think you can go ahead and let us know some of your offices in the church?
Yes, so I am from Oakland, California, locale. I am currently a secretary. I am a part of CMDPS. I also am with the media and hoping to be a choir member soon.
Oh, that's so amazing. I'm praying for you. Hopefully everything goes well. And that's already a lot of offices. That's great, sister. And just to kind of add on to that for myself as well, I am a CWS teacher. I am the Kadiwa Vice President in the locale of San Pablo. I am also part of INC Radio. And, I think in all of the duties here inside the church, there are a lot of uh, leadership qualities that are needed kind of wherever it is. Don't you agree, Sister Angie?
No, I agree. I mean, we have to have a good leader. I feel like if you don't have a good leader, it's just everything's gonna fall down and so forth. So I'm
I
happy we're talking about this topic.
I agree. And to kind of start us off, and this is for the live chat as well. If what is one word that you associate with strong leadership? Maybe for you and I, Sister Angie, we can write it down. If you have something that you have available for the live chat, please go ahead and leave it in the comments. What is one word you associate with strong leadership? And so that way we can start talking about it and also start sharing it with one another. But I have my word. I don't know if you have yours ready already, Sister Angie.
I do. I'm just gonna say it though.
You're just gonna say, okay,
You
sounds
can
good.
show it. You can show first.
Okay, I'll go first. So for me, one word that I associate with strong leadership is, hopefully it's flipped properly, is intentional. I think it's very important for a strong leader to be intentional in the way he or she leads the people under his or her care. That means having a plan, or at least finding a way to be on the same page, to be able to work towards the goals that everyone is wanting to aim towards, right? So I think if a leader is intentional, then it they he or she is someone that can be relied upon. So that's for me. What about you, for you, Sister Angie?
I really like that. The word I actually chose was integrity.
I
When you hear the word like a leader, a lot of people assume that it's just like a boss, a higher up. You have to listen to them. But to me, I really feel like it's not about the power; it's more about the trust in the person,
Mhm.
in a leader, for example. And you don't you to show that integrity. You want people to follow because they want to, not just because they're forced to. So.
I agree. I agree. It sounds like you would be a great leader, Sister Angie. Was there ever a time that you had to lead a group of any kind, maybe at church or at work or maybe at school?
So I'm currently a nurse right now, and with my job, we have a lot of students that come into our like facility and so forth. So I find it a perfect opportunity to be able to help them and just to motivate them. That's what another thing that I love about like the leadership part is just being able to motivate people who want to be where you are and so forth. Especially as a nurse, I feel like it's hard. it's hard in the nursing field. I don't know if many of you guys know, there's a lot of things where it's like the nurses eat their young. I don't know if anybody's heard that, but it's definitely in the healthcare. And so I definitely want to be that teacher to be able to help, the young ones or whoever wants to be a nurse to be proficient in their life.
That thank you so much. I do agree that it's such a labor of love, that kind of field. And thank you so much for all that you do, and for wanting to be someone that others can look up to. How is it that you motivate or inspire, like aspire to be for the ones that are under your care?
I was thinking about this a lot. I was actually baptized into the church about almost 3 years ago, and I've taken on many offices, as you guys are aware. And so I feel that I really want to be able to prove and show to people, even Bible students, that, you're able to continue growing. And especially, the offices that I have, it's just such a blessing to have. And so I hope that I can motivate the younger ones that maybe aren't comfortable, whether it's in like media or singing in choir. I hope that I can motivate them to know that they're able to do this, and especially working outside. I know we all have our lives, we're all busy and so forth. It's just such a wonderful blessing to see that the offices that I've done and to see where my life is going is really amazing.
I think you're already motivating me to also want to take up more offices. I also have my fair share of offices here inside the church, but I believe that if we are able to take up more, it's definitely a blessing to be able to do so. Um, so, what motivates you to be a good leader, or what motivates you to want to be a good example for others?
I guess growing up, I didn't really have a lot of people to look up to. If you know I mean, I feel like it was hard growing up where I felt like I was alone. And so I really took that as a motivation for myself to really focus on my future and to make sure that other people aren't feeling alone. So I guess that motivates me to be able to help people. I really love helping people so much.
Well, you're in the right field for sure.
Yeah, I am. I definitely am. And so that's why it's such a blessing to have, been where I am right now. And, I'm very happy to be where I am. So that's what motivates me, is just being able to help others because of my past and so forth.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I think, being able to take our experiences, right, and be able to make the right choices with that, because it could be, it's so easy for others to use their experience, especially if it's negative, right, to maybe go down a negative path. But I'm so happy to see that that's not what happened with you. You use it as a way to kind of build yourself up, as well as build up those that are around you. I think that you have like shared a lot of like great ways to help motivate others. And I hope that also there's other people that can continue to like motivate you. I think it doesn't, you don't have to be a leader per se, right, or
Mhm.
an official leader to want to motivate others. I think as peers we can also do that with one another, and it's important for us to also be able to recognize that. Personally, for me, I believe that a good leader is also someone who can be a good follower, meaning someone who can step back and listen,
Yeah.
be able to understand that um, our way of thinking isn't just out like the right way. There's
Mhm.
other ways of doing things that can be very beneficial to whatever the end goal is. And I think that it's really great that when we are able to like step back and really look at all those around us and take motivation from other people and take inspiration from all those that are around us, that we can really work towards something beautiful. Um, so how does encouragement help those like under your care? Like, why do you think it's important for a leader to have those positive like qualities, right? Like, instead of I know what you mentioned earlier about bosses and just telling
Mhm.
them what to other people what to do. Like, why do you think it's important for a good leader to use encouragement and to use positive aspects in leading those that are under their care?
Yeah, so I mean, I'll use a perfect example right now. I currently just got a new job and, I'm helping.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I'm actually helping for somebody who's going to go on maternity leave. So I had such a short training experience. Mind you, everything that I'm learning is brand new. And once she left, she's gone. So I'm by myself. But, I have such a great support system within, that team. They're
Mhm,
always asking, you need help, and so on and so on. But I really feel like that encouragement, you really don't want to, feel like, because I was feeling left behind. To have that encouragement to be like, I'm there for you, we're
mhm,
gonna do this together is such a motivating, like it's a good experience to have. And another thing that I can add on too is, how, officers do visitations and so forth. I really love that because somebody might not be going to worship service a lot because they're going through a lot. The world has so many temptations and so forth that to have visitations to just see how the brother and or brothers or sisters are doing, to know that they're not alone, we're here together, let me listen to you and so forth. So I really do feel like just having that, and just having that feeling to know that you're not alone. Yeah.
I agree, and I think that's something that we share as brethren, right? That is so beautiful that you can't really find outside, right? It's
Hmm.
our love for one another is something special, and you're right that we really do need to like uh, mostly encourage our brothers and sisters in in the faith, right? Because we are the ones that should be really there to help each other, whether it be church related or even work and school related. That's why we have all these activities, right? We have all these activities to help encourage the brethren to look into different job options. For example, the Binhi and CBI had the career activity just, I think, a few weeks ago. I was very happy to be able to speak at that activity, to speak about early childhood education, to talk with those who, maybe they were interested in the field, kind of want to learn about it, and also talk about how it's a field that does require a lot of leadership, requires you to be motivational, to be encouraging. And also, as a CWS teacher, I think that's something that I also need to make sure I implement with the children in my locale as well as with my officers, right? And with my officers, I always try to let them know that I understand if they're going through something, that I have my phone always open for them, that I'm here to listen, I'm here to understand, I'm not here to put them down. Um, and that communication is very important, so that way we know what's going on, right? I think that's something that's also very important is for a leader, is to have good communication. And with that, that also means being able to he take what others say and not be offended, right? To understand what it is that where they are coming from, how what are the aspects in their lives that might be affecting what it is that they're thinking or feeling, so that way we know as leaders where to, like, how to navigate it. And I also think it's important that if we don't know what to do or say, that it's okay to ask for help,
Hmm.
right? To ask for help from a head deacon, a deaconess, our resident minister, especially when it comes to spiritual things, right? We are only human. We make mistakes. There are things that we may not always know or understand, but that's why we have each other.
I
So,
love that. Yes, and if you especially look in the off as the officers, I feel like a lot of officers are great leaders as well, and to have that support again just means a lot. So,
mhm.
and I wanted to ask you a question actually. So you are
Oh,
a
yes.
CW, yeah, you're a CWS teacher. So I mean, that must, you must have a leadership status right there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm the CWS teacher and CWS president for my locale. And I think with CWS in particular, it's a little bit different than the rest of the CFOs, right? Because
Mm.
ours is including a worship service, and we have a lot of young children that are in our locale. So I'm not. When it comes to CWS, we're not just leading the officers, we're leading young children.
Mhm.
And the way that you would lead adults is not necessarily how you would lead children, right? The understanding is different at those levels. So I think that, one of the gifts, if I can say, I don't, if it's okay to me to say, it's like one of the gifts that I feel God has blessed me with is being able to talk and be around children, to lead children, to be empathetic and understand children. And that's already kind of loose, because there's still a lot of things about children that I think am still trying to learn. They all have different temperaments, different personalities, different upbringings. So yeah, so it's a I love being a CWS teacher. It's
Oh,
definitely been one of the greatest blessings that I have ever received in my life. And
mhm.
I'm so thankful for all those that have helped me get here, who motivated me and inspired me to get here. All the CWS teachers when I was growing up, and seeing how they turned out. Some of them are ministers. Some of the atas now are married, but leading their families and their children to be strong members as well. Even though they're no longer CWS teachers, they are still someone that I still look up to. So I
Mhm.
think being a CWS teacher is great.
Awesome. No, yeah, I truly believe that's, CWS, you're with the little ones. So you want to help them, grow up, and hopefully that's why I'm saying, like, that really motivates me, is because the little ones, once they grow up, they're in this wicked world, and, there's social media now, they're trying to figure themselves out and so forth. And so, like, having them in the church, growing up with their, the kuyas or their ates, and just seeing, how they are and so forth. I really hope that, we can bring that motivation for the young ones to just stay faithful in the church, stay away from all the evil wickedness and so forth. So I'm so happy you're a CWS president and so forth. I'm just
Thank
you
you.
top.
Thank you. And I want to take this time to start reading some of the chats. We have one from Ka Jonathan that is a really great one. A good leader is one who brings you closer to God. Paul. And just like what we've been talking about, that's really true. A good leader will bring you closer to God. A good leader will help you perform your duties more and continue to grow stronger in our faith. And another one from Brother Rodney. I think empathy and compassion is also important for a great leader, so they can truly connect with those they are leading. I these are some great comments. Please continue to send them. And I don't know, Sister Angie, if you're able to see any of the comments as well, but if there's any that you feel that you want to share. I also, another one from Ka Jonathan, a good leader is also inspired by those they are leading, which I agree with. I think that kind of piggybacks off a leader being able to listen to also be able to follow, right? They're not just someone who listens to only what they feel and think, but also to those that are around them.
Oh, I love it. I'm reading the comments. I mean, wow, I'm so happy to see how everybody's just so inspired. Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, Coach Jonathan, yeah, I know you mentioned it already. Good leaders also inspired by those that they are leading. I also give it to the ministers. I mean, I know ministers are working hard as well, trying to spread the word. And I also want to give a huge shout out to them, because I know when I was in Bible study and going to worship services, I was a little nervous, but I still remember my baptism, or my first encounter with a minister was come Melvin. I forgot his last name, but he was just so inspirational to me. And he just made me feel so safe. So I give a huge shout out to all the ministers, all the officers, and so forth. But
Yes. Thank you to all the ministers and to the workers in our district and all around the world. We are very thankful for all the spiritual guidance that you give to each and every one of us. And aside from our ministers, are there any other inspiring and motivational leaders in your life? Maybe in your own work, maybe back when you were in school, maybe family members. And could you share any greetings or shout outs to them?
oh man, to be honest, I want to say My dad.
Oh,
He's been through a lot, and he's always been there to really uplift all of us. He made sure we had food on the table and a roof over our head and so forth. But I would always remember he would also make us stay humble and to always pray. He always, before I got baptized, he put us in different churches and so forth. But I'm hoping to bring him in. I'm slowly but surely bringing him in, but he really is a leader in my life. And I love him. So
oh, I thank you for sharing that, and I pray for that as well. And yeah, I think it's really great that we are able to always see the good in those around us and the way that they're able to inspire and motivate us. It can be really lonely, right? Going through different things in our lives, but being able to remember those that came before us and how they were able to navigate through different things, and also how they led us, how they were able to give us guidance. I think those are good things to always remember, so that way we are able to always, perform our duties, make it through the day, make it through the week,
yeah.
and just know that we we do not have to give up. We should never give up, and that we should always do our best to, perform our duties, to go on every day as lights of this world. Um, and we only have 5 more minutes in our broadcast. I can't believe it's already
Time
gone
goes by
past
fast.
so fast. I know we've talked a lot about our motivational speaker or motivational speakers, motivational leaderships, skills, and those that inspire us in our life. But I would also like us to take some time to talk about some of the activities that we have in this month. Tech, if you can go ahead and show our promos for today. So for our first one, we have our vocal workshop. This will be on one moment, please. This will be, sorry, I cannot see this, October 19th, 2025. This will be by the district music team. And I believe this is going to be in the Burlingame Chapel. And then next, we also have many other activities on this coming Sunday. We have our Care for Humanity, which will take place in the Antioch Chapel, and we also have our CWS Career Corner, which will also take place in Burlingame. And then on the 20, sorry, do you see what that says?
The 20.
26, our blood donation drive. So if you are able, and we also have our healthcare appreciation that will be sponsored by the Binhi. So if you are able to, please join us with these activities. They will be really great, really fun, and very motivational and inspirational. So I think we have a lot to look forward to, not just this month, but for the rest of the year as well. So let's continue to support these activities, dear brethren, so that way we can continue to learn from each other and encourage one another and continue to learn from one another.
I love that.
Is there
And
any last shout outs, Sister Angie, or any last comments that you would like to say?
let me see. Oh, I have one from Rodney. Shout out to all the parents who bring the children to the worship service and feed them in our faith. Huge inspiration to us CWS officers, which is true. I really love that. And
Yes, thank you to all the parents. The parents are such a big part of it, right? And they're also our leaders, right? Growing up, and you thank your dad. I thank my parents too for always bringing me to activities growing up, bringing me to church. Parents are definitely leaders
yes.
and should be respected. Um, and thank you once again to everyone for joining in today. And thank you for leaving your comments and sharing some of your inspirational and motivational moments with those that are leaders in your life. And maybe if you are a leader yourself, may continue to also feel motivated. Everyone here has has a gift from God, and we are so thankful to Him for all that He does for us. We would also like to thank thank our Bay Area district staff tonight. We would like to thank our CFO overseer, Ka Alex Laredo, and our Assistant District Supervising Minister, Ka Ray Del Rosario. And we'd also like to thank our District Supervising Minister, Ka Jojo Bayani. And from INC Radio, we would like to thank our Kuya Tech and our INC Radio Executive Producer, Brother Manly Andaya. And of course, we would like to say thank you to our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, and our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in tonight. May you all continue to be safe, and we will see you next time. And up next is INC Radio Silicon Valley. Good night.
Good night.